You're charged with the offense of burglary of a building with intent to commit theft. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client is very motivated to make certain that he complies with this court's orders. If this court is going to grant him deferred adjudication, he understands the ramifications if he does not, and he would very much like this court to follow the recommendation.
All right. Mr. Reyes, why are you going into schools?
I went to go use, I did use the restroom, and that's what I was looking for at the time. I just needed to go to the restroom, and then.
All right. Was this during a weekday?
I can't remember. I know it was after hours.
All right. So why do you think it's okay for you to go into property that is not yours to use the restroom? That's what gas stations are for.
I didn't think it was okay. I just needed to use the restroom, and I just went in and left. I didn't mean to cause no trouble or anything.
All right. You can't do that. You understand? You're not allowed to go into places where somebody has not welcomed you. And if you're not a student, you're not allowed to be on campus unless you have clearance to be on campus. And you're definitely not allowed to go into schools after hours. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So why can you use the restroom at your home or some other place?
I had to use the restroom right there, and then I couldn't wait.
Okay, there's something else going on. When in my time on the planet, even though I'm in the twilight of my life, when I have to use the restroom and it's an emergency, I either go to, if there's a McDonald's near, I just go in and say, I'm buy Coke, use the restroom, buy Coke. That's it. Because they want you to buy something. Or either you go to a gas station. I go to the gas station. I'm like, this is filthy. I'm just going to have to hold it. And hopefully my kidneys will survive. But I don't go on at a school campus after hours. So again, we're back to why are you on a school campus after hours? Was there not a gas station near?
I wasn't near a gas station, I don't think.
All right. Are you homeless?
Yes.
All right. So why don't we start with you're homeless. How long have you been homeless?
For like 2 years.
So when's the last time you had employment?
The last 4, 5.
Why are you unemployed?
I don't work.
Okay. Why don't you work?
I haven't found a job.
There are plenty of jobs around. So have you applied?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So how do you expect to find a job if you haven't applied for a job?
I can unless I go looking for one.
All right. So is there something else going on with your client? Are there mental health issues, anything of that nature?
Judge, I'm not aware of any mental health issues.
All right. Are there any mental health issues with you?
No, ma'am.
All right. So a lot of people are going around. They want to be nomads. Fine. You want to live off the land? Fine. You want to carry your backpack, go down the highway and eat off the land, see a fruit tree, eating fruit or whatever. That's fine. But you cannot be inconveniencing other people because you decided that you don't want to work. If you're going to be on probation in here, I require everybody to have a job. So I'm going to give you a choice. And here's your choice. You can do a year at the state jail facility, or you can be on probation here. But if you're on probation here, you will get employment.
Yes, Your Honor.
So which would you prefer?
Probation with a job.
All right. So where are you going to be staying, or who are you going to be staying with?
My mom.
Does your mom want you there?
Mm-hmm.
Have you called her?
No,
So how do you know she wants you there?
because that's where I stay at.
No, you said you were homeless.
Yes, I'm homeless, but I stay outside the house.
What do you mean you stay outside the house? Does she have you living in the yard or something?
Yeah.
With a tent?
No, just outside on a bench.
All right. So I can tell you, if your mom has you living outside on the bench, she does not want you there. So the next question is, what is your drug of choice? What drugs have you been using?
I don't have a drug of choice, but if I were to do one, it would be methamphetamine.
All right. So how many times have you used meth in the past?
It's like a good 6, 7 times.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated 12th grade.
All right. So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Well, I was trying to What I was thinking is just to get a job but to change my life, make it go around.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to do a $500 fine probated. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication, 100 hours of community service restitution, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. You're not going to be allowed to live with your mom. If your mom doesn't want you in the house, and if she's allowing you to live on a bench outside her property, that means that she doesn't want you there. And the reason why she probably doesn't want you there is because you have issues, the methamphetamine and all of this other stuff, and not working. Because how old are you?
33.
You're 33. You're an adult. You should have employment. Nobody else should be supporting you. You understand?
Yes, you are.
I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Anything else he needs? Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Have you ever had employment before in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you know how to get employment, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In this court, probation, we take it very seriously. If there is an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel probation is not addressing that issue, then you can come to the court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're going to have to do better in your life. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
You're
Your
welcome.
Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 5 in cause number 2018 CR 11973? If the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5 in cause number 2019 CR 8622W? Court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. And we did, at least I did talk to probation about this. So to extend both cases for 6 years in order to pay fines at $65.27 a month, an electronic leg monitor for 120 days, full-time employment at all times, and zero tolerance of meeting financial obligation to provide yearly income verification.
All right, with regards to the state jail felony, the court can't extend her for 6 years.
Sorry about that.
So on the state jail felony, the court can only extend her. I can extend her for another year and we'll see where we are at that time.
That's fine with the state.
Okay. All right, is this the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you lower your head? All right, state your name for the record.
Mackenzie Purvis.
All right, why are you not reporting? That's the easiest thing to do on the planet is report.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I had missed the first one, and at this time I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was scared
So where's your child now that you're in custody?
with my mother.
All right, so I still don't understand why you are not reporting, because I always tell everyone if there's an issue while they're on probation to let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
And obviously you decided not to be on probation. So is Child Protective Services involved in your life?
No, ma'am.
So is this the only child you have?
Yes, ma'am.
And does your mother want you to live with her?
Yes. She said as long as I have a full-time job, I'm more than welcome to be at her house.
And you have a job lined up?
Yes, I do.
Doing what?
A server. Working Tuesday through Saturday.
Where? Heard of that.
It's a little, like a family-owned,
What type of food do they serve there?
like fried chicken, steak.
All right. All right, you have to be able to tell people what the menu is, what's the best thing there.
Chicken fried chicken.
Okay, I never understood chicken fried chicken. What is chicken fried chicken? Is it chicken that's fried twice?
It's without the bone.
Oh, without the bone? Oh, okay. All right, I've never had chicken fried chicken.
You've tried it.
Okay.
You have to go through the bones to eat.
Well, isn't that called chicken strips? I don't know.
It's just a big chicken strip.
Okay. All right, this is what the court will do. Then in each motion, the court will deny the motion, alternate amend conditions. And I already asked you to have full-time employment before, but you're going to get full-time employment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the court, that's 40 hours a week. So I'll deny the motion, alternate amend condition in each cause number to include full-time employment. No employment as a home health care provider with minors. And that's to be done within 30 days of release.
Yes, ma'am.
She is to reside with her mother. What else are you all asking for? The GPS is going to be a problem because she doesn't have a job, so she can't afford GPS.
I'm gonna address that, Judge. It kind of defeats the purpose. She wouldn't have any money to pay. I would suppose that the court would want whatever money is available to go to the complainants.
Yes.
Your Honor, we could possibly do weekly reporting for 30 days.
All right. So we'll do weekly reporting for 30 days, but I'll allow her to do that by Zoom since she's going to be working. If you're working, then you do it by Zoom. If you're not working, you need to show up in person. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How much money does she owe and what rate are she's going to pay at? I think in 2019, it says that she owes $3,345.24. Have you paid any restitution?
$200 worth, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what?
Just 200.
All right, so she's paid 200, she's saying. And then 2018, I have $7,273.26.
On the 2018, there's been a total credit of $230, which leaves the balance for the restitution at $6,993. On the 2019 case, there's not been any credits there's been a credit of $40 toward the restitution, which leaves the amount due. The balance is $3,305.24.
All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to extend you in 2018. I'm going to extend you for 6 years. That's for you to be able to pay off what you owe.
Yes, ma'am.
If you pay it off early, then counsel, the court will consider early termination.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, since she's extended for a year in the 2019 case, I'm going to want restitution to go there first. And then once that's paid off, then we can start with the restitution in the 2018 case.
Your Honor, is that with extending 1 year, that would be extending a year from August the 6th of 2023. We want to add a couple of months to make it a year from today.
Yes. So it'll be a year from today. And then here's the thing. If you still owe money in that case and you haven't paid it, there are other things that the court can do. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't think you want a conviction, right? Okay. And I'm going to want parenting classes from her. Once she completes the parenting classes, I'll deem the 200 hours of community service satisfied.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that on both cases?
Yes, that'll be on both cases. All right. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Your Honor, I will have to point out that we don't have any recent UAs on file.
All right.
Last year analysis we had on file was August of 2022.
All right, we're going to do a UA upon release. And then thereafter, it'll be regular random UAs.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we going to have any drug issues with you?
No, ma'am.
All right, UA upon release and then thereafter regular random UAs. Is there anything else, probation?
No, Judge.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you don't want to be on probation, Deputy Laura, everybody will tell you, it breaks my heart when people, get revoked off probation because I'm hoping that they'll be successful. But I will send people to prison. Now, in your case, on one case, you're looking at potentially doing 10 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So here on out, everything you do, you need to keep that at the forefront of your mind. And you realize that you have a child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you don't want to get out of prison and discover that she is 10 years old, because that could end up happening. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. If anything comes up and you need something and you feel like probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to court.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it.
You bet, Your Honor.
Thank you.